I need a break from these controversies, I swear. Welcome to the Sinder Downfall Part 4. The fact that this isn't even the final part makes me want to scream internally, but we won't get into that. Holy crap, this has been a very dumb and hectic month for VTubers, and I am so glad that it's going to be over with. But I have a feeling that next month may be worse. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see, because holy crap, I'm low-key actually getting sick of it. Okay, so she starts it off with, I want to start by saying, please do not send any hate to anyone involved in this. I only wish to speak about my experience and give more clarity on those experiences. First and foremost, my love and admiration goes out to Nanolist for having the courage to bring this to light. Artists are the backbone of our community, and taking advantage of her good-willed personality is saddening to see. I want to take the time to address what she has brought to light involving myself and what I've experienced over the years that coincide with these events. Okay, well, just like the other VTubers, she is bringing her thoughts out and her experience with Sinder. So this kind of just adds in the ginormous pile of Sinder stuff that I've seen. Because holy crap, it's almost like she can't even escape the jury at this point. She's done. She's already been court-martialed. And this screenshot, the VTuber that is being talked about. Wait, in this screenshot, the VTuber that is being talked about is clearly me. Since the beginning of my VTuber journey, it has been written in my backstory and lore that I'm the daughter of Cerberus. And through an unforeseen summoning mishap, the Greek goddess Hecate, I don't know who the hell Hecate is, I'm so sorry, I'm a little uneducated. As many may know, Cerberus is a species of hellhound, and I've always incorporated the number 3 in my designs to follow the 3 heads of Cerberus. In my early design, when an artist... sorry, I feel like I'm not reading these sentences correctly. This is why I usually say always put commas in your sentences, because it feels so weird reading this. When artists were still learning new model rigging techniques, I had opted for 2 other wolf heads on my shoulders as paladins to symbolically represent my other 2 heads. Okay. Makes sense. Sounds like a cool design and whatnot. However, the repeated comments of, if you're Cerberus, where are your other 2 heads, had pushed me to use the broader term hellhound at the time. Fast forward from months to a year into my journey, and I started to receive harassment and berating comments and chat messages on Twitch and what the fuck? And YouTube videos comparing me to Sinder and putting me... What the fuck? Who the fuck apparently decides, yeah, this person is an obvious copy of Sinder. Let's talk shit of her. What? Who the hell suddenly thought that? Like, come on, dude. Who cares, dude? I've seen people that almost look like me, and when I look at someone that almost looks like me or seems like a copy of my design, I'm like, hell yeah, you're looking fresh, dude. I like those flames. I like that suit. You're looking fresh. But no, apparently this is like when women get jealous that they're wearing the same makeup. What the fuck? Like, what's the point? Oh my god. Putting down for hell, making the definitive switch to the Cerberus label. Making a definitive switch to the Cerberus label brought me to a sense of relief, because the last thing I wanted was to be constantly compared or harassed at this point. This is actually quite true. Now, for those of you VTuber audience, if you're watching your favorite VTuber and whatnot, and you're like comparing them to another VTuber, don't do that. Don't do that. That's kind of like you never ever compare VTubers. Just don't. It's like you're trying to disrespect us passively, and we don't like it. All right, I'm just gonna throw that out. I didn't want to be associated with her due to all the negativity that was being thrown my way. So I can't read that once again. That's a little too small, but I'll try my best. Okay, like a month later, unfollowed me on Twitter and started taking her ideas. Okay, so that's what who Redacted was talking about. I had a feeling they were talking about spite. I had a feeling. Because I remember there was some bullcrap going around spite about people calling her a copy of Sinder. And who gives a crap? Who gives a crap? Just leave her alone. Like, people, like, let people watch who the hell they want to watch. Don't just go like, ah, yeah, Sinder's better than you. Shut the fuck. Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. This is just so goddamn stupid to, like, even hear because this is just so unthinkable. It's unthinkably human. It's so fucking stupid that people kind of think like this and they don't really have the self-awareness of the consequences that could happen from them saying this and what it could drive to. And look what it just drove to right now. Sinder's gone. You goddamn asked for it for the people that were comparing. Using fire emojis all the time, shaking my head. Never did that before. It's funny because she used to call herself a hellhound, but then stopped when Sinder grew past her and now uses Cerberus or Cerber Pup or whatever her lore says she is. Okay, yeah, well, it makes sense because she didn't want to have drama with her. Yeah, makes sense. As for the claims of unfollowing her and taking her ideas, I debuted my 2.0 Life 2D model. Models are expensive. May 14th, 2022. Wait, I debuted my 2.0 Life 2D model May 14th, 2022. On the same day, she decided to post her debut announcement for her 1.0 Live 2D model. Leading up to this time, I didn't know who Sinder was at all. Neither did I. Believe it or not, I've heard of Spite first, then I heard of Sinder. Where was I? Have no idea who she was. Had no idea she had fire in her ears, or she was another hellhound. The creator space is broad, and I still stumble across creators larger than myself that I had not heard of before. Yeah, God, you're not the only one. Fucking hell, you are not the only one. People were talking to me about Kai Cenat, and I was like, who was Kai Cenat? And then I just heard of him, like, what? Was it like this year, last year? I don't know. That's like when I recently just heard of him. I never once stole her ideas. All I ever want is to try to be unique in my own way. What do you think I'm doing? Everyone, let's be honest, everyone wants to be unique. Like, and if someone turns out to have the same design as you, who cares? Just stick to your own thing. Don't start some pointless, selfish ass drama like Sinder did. Just please, by all means, just don't. It's not worth it. Unique in my own way. So these claims that I was following her and then unfollowing and stealing her ideas are absolutely baseless and uncalled for. So yeah, it shows right here that the account is now restricted. I can repost this. I'm dragging you down to my Underworld May 14th for model review debut. And Sinder posted on May 14th her new model. So wait, so she wanted to make her debut, but she didn't to avoid the controversy. And then she put it much more later. Makes sense. Makes sense that she actually like made a safe mood because it says she May 14th. Got it. Yeah. She basically tried to avoid the controversy, but it came to her anyway, of course. VTubers can't have a break. Her posting her debut announcement trailer at the same day as my 2.0 debut seemed off, but I shrugged it off as a coincidence because things happen. However, this wasn't the last time something like this bad happened. There had been multiple times where I have done something and either the same day, where I've done something and either the same day or shortly after I made aware or had discovered later, I don't know if I'm even reading this sentence correctly, that something similar has been posted. Making me feel like I was being watched constantly. I tried my best to believe that it was coincidental and not ill-intended on their part. There were many times when I designed a new outfit that I was really excited for, but afterwards, Sinder would release outfits or models with similarities to it. I mean, it makes sense. You're both Hellhound girls, and like, you know, fire, you know, like the clothes burning off to get that sexual appeal. I mean, I get that. Yeah, I get that. Like you're both like the same theme, and like of course you're both gonna kind of have the same thing. But once again, it's kind of like I mentioned, it's kind of selfish and dumb of her to kind of just start accusing you of copying her shit. Or okay, so has some same similarities or shared inspirations with other creators. The VTubing community is a huge space, and similarities are normal. No shit, look at all the cat boys and cat girls. I'm not speaking to whether my designs were taken as direct references for hers. I'm addressing the need for the unprovoked tweets mentioned in the screenshot above, ensuring that I made the statements to make it clear that I was not stealing ideas. How can I copy something that was released, teased, revealed after my own? On June 20th, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Live. I tried. My model mama and I worked on a comfy goth girl outfit. Nice. I had rips in my t-shirt and g-string, shorts, and spiked wrist cuffs. Remind me that if I ever get a girlfriend, this is the stuff she's going to be asking for, and I'm going to look at my bank account and get slowly drained. 2 weeks after Sinder debuted a similar outfit, I included the earliest image that I could find of Sinder with this outfit. I received many negative comments about my design from people assuming that I copied her, and when I debuted it 2 weeks before hers, I got called off-brand. Oh my god. You know, how so fucking stupid can people be? Absolutely surprises me. I'm sorry to like be calling people stupid out there, but come on, dude. Don't you like think a little bit before you start saying some shit? And just a bunch of horrible things. Being called off-brand Sinder and a bunch of other horrible things. Okay. And she goes on with, I discovered this merchandise, and I discovered this merchandise that she used for, I'm not saying that, for UWU market, and had to double take because the gray-blue skin tone used in the art, several people thought it was me, and similarities for this speak for themselves, I feel. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, no. I would definitely look at that and kind of almost nearly assume that's Sinder, but like blue fire, almost. But yeah, like I said, extremely similar, and like it can kind of give off that fact and feeling that like people can definitely mistakenly compare it and whatnot, or like, you know, mistake it as Sinder, but turns out it's not Sinder. This merchandise. Wait, I had to double take. Wait. They never mind. I read that wrong. They thought that was spite. Huh? And you guys are coming to spite about that? Okay, whatever. On April 29th, 2024, I designed a Greek goddess outfit on stream. I am a Cerberus VTuber, so it fits my lore completely. I mentioned that I may or may not get a future Greek goddess outfit because it fits my branding. About 4 months ago, Sinder debuted a Heaven Okami inspired outfit that was white and gold, resembling a Greek goddess, and the background for debut. She also included Greek columns. At this point, I felt like there was nothing I could come with, even slightly original to me. I'm aware that nothing is completely original, but I still wanted my own identity. Holy shit. Realistically, at this point, it almost feels like they're just sisters at this point. Except they're not. They're like, one of them is literally trying to make sure the other gets buried in the ground. Like, holy crap. On April 20th, 2024, I debuted a new model from my model mama, Ari VT. I got a hoodie with a cute design on top, and I had Bangs covering my eyes on April 4th. Sinder debuted as part. What is this? How many times has okay, hold on. How many times has Sinder claimed that that Spite's been copying her? So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. There are some instances that I do not have screenshots of. Okay, hold on. There are some instances I do not have screenshots of. For example, I remember posting my first ASMR. What? First ASMR channel. Oh well, yeah, you gotta give the degenerates what they love. Am I right? The day that I was supposed to do said stream, Sinder plugged her Oh God! How many? I don't know, dude. I honestly don't know what's going on. Either this is pure coincidence, or Sinder was copying Spite, or trying to make sure Spite did not rise up. It's either pure coincidence or Sinder just copying what Spite is doing. I thought it was a bit suspect, but brush it off. I don't have screenshots of the comments and bullying that I received from her community. There were too many that it became too much to keep track of, and just started ignoring them. Wait, did I don't have screenshots of the comments and bullying that I received from her community. Oh, okay. There's too many of them to keep track of, and started ignoring them because I never wanted to save images of their words that hurt me. Makes sense. Makes sense. I didn't even want to read harassing comments in the first place. I just wanted to be left alone and be happy in my own space. I received a DM on January 25th, 2023. I will not disclose who the sender was without their consent. The sender expressed to me that they were getting bullied by Sinder and certain members of Sinder's community because she too had fire in her ears. I never responded to the DM because I wanted to stay away from the drama as far as possible. And this DM said, "Hey, you popped in my feed and I just say I love your design. I had a rather odd question, I suppose. Have you had any messages from VTuber Sinder regarding your design? This may seem out of nowhere, but I'm only asking because I had made an OC. I had made an OC a while back, and I was accused by her and others of stealing her design because my dog girl had flames in her ears, and her fans claimed that it was exclusive to her design. What? Huh? That's almost like saying, "Hey, I'm the revenant I'm the revenant that's red. I'm the guy who looks like a ghosty boy. It's exclusive." Like what who gives a shit? Had flame ears. Her fans claim her exclusive design. It was this whole big ordeal. It was this whole big ordeal on Twitter. So I wondered if anything similar had happened to you yet. And then they go on with, "I would like to clarify, I myself am not saying your design looks like hers. I was scrolling, saw your totally awesome design. When I saw the flames near the ears, I had flashbacks and thought, oh no." So I thought this is just my curiosity getting the best of me. Oh boy. I'm just very saddened and disappointed in this situation. I had my suspicions about this, but I never wanted to be part of this drama, so I kept quiet. I can respect that. I've also seen what happens when a creator stands up for themselves and receive major backlash, even if they're in the right, so I've never vocalized my concerns. Spite, let me be honest with you, if you did manage to somewhat come out with this, I think Sinder would have been exposed a lot more earlier before she caused a lot more damage. But honestly, like after all this time, it's still a good thing that you're finally coming out with this, because holy crap, the amount of shit she has done to everyone else is absolutely insane. Once again, I can kind of understand the point of view where people don't really want to like get into the drama. They don't want to get into the controversies and get labeled on YouTube as a whole controversial subject. And the reason simply why is because it stresses us out in general as content creators, and it stresses us the fuck out of as live streamers, as content creators and live streamers. We get stressed the fuck out, and this does not help our case. This just makes shit worse for us, and it makes us just not want to stream, makes us not want to do content. If all people are gonna do is just fucking stab the fuck out of our backs, that's it. Like, it's absolutely so stupid. Once again, I literally got to give Silverville, Bow, and Spite the biggest fucking credit ever that they finally decided to come out with this, cause holy shit, imagine how long Sinder could have gotten away with this, and imagine how much more people she could have hurt. Could you actually believe it? I mean, I'm even sorry for Nano too for getting manipulated like that, dude. Could you imagine how much damage she would have caused if she managed to become closest to the top 10 VTubers? Could you imagine? Could you imagine the damage? Holy crap. I've always designed my own models. I've gotten inspiration from Cerberus with the chains and Disney's Hades and all, and because Disney's Hades, and because I called myself Goth GF, I was inspired by Sarn and Ember from Danny Phantom. Oh, that's actually a pretty cool inspiration. Plus, many others of our goth crushes that we've had growing up. I just focused on myself and my friends. Meanwhile, I had eyes on me the whole time. Knowing that I was being watched and talked poorly about really hurts, especially when they never attempted to interact with me. I did my best to go through and find what I could and get appropriate screenshots. It's crazy because I didn't know who Sinder was until she debuted her live 2D. I just wanted to exist peacefully as a VTuber and spend my time drama-free. I woke up this morning in shock. It's terrifying and hurtful to know that someone could attempt to blacklist me when I'd never even spoken to them. I hope going forward that no one else has to experience anything like this. Thank you guys for being supportive toward me. I love this community so much. Please go and give love to support to all of those who have unfortunately been involved in this situation. Please support an analyst who was brave enough to speak up and the VTubers who were affected. Please support my first mono mama and the wonderful Maui Life. I'm so sorry if I butchered that name. Maui Life. I'm sorry. Okay, I try. And also my most recent mono mama, the wholesome Ari VT. Thank you for taking the time to read this. Okay. Full-on opinion. All right. My full-on opinion on this document as the man who has literally read through almost every single goddamn document. This is, once again, this is amazing. The fact that she finally finds the opportunity to get out with this, especially with other VTubers who had an experience with Sinder. Like, it's absolutely insane to always get hate and some bullcrap when people think you're just a copy. And you want to know the greatest example? You want to know what people like to compare me to? I'll show you. People thought that I am the auditor, or people think. People still think I am the auditor from Madness Combat. And once again, I understand. Look at the similarities. He's got a red halo, he's black with red eyes, and I got a halo, and I'm black with red eyes. It makes sense. You want to know the funnier part? Even if you look at the fan art, the auditor is wearing a suit. People depict him as a man wearing a suit. That's why people always think, are you the auditor from Madness Combat? Hilariously, no! I didn't even know what Madness Combat was till people started talking to me about it. Till people started comparing me to who the auditor was. So once again, it's understandable when people kind of compare you to something. But here's the thing. There's either positive stuff that can come out of it or super negative stuff. For an example, with Sinder always being jealous with Spite, or Sinder always accusing Spite that she's just copying with her, why don't you just go like, hey, nice look, sister, and whatnot, you two could have just hang out and just had a beautiful goddamn day. No, she just had to say, no, fuck your design. It's my exclusive design. That's what she had to say. You want to know what I'm like with my audience? They come up to me and they're like, yo, are you the auditor from Madness Combat? I go like, yeah! Yeah, I'm not the auditor, but yeah, you can call me the auditor. I think the auditor is a pretty cool character. The auditor is pretty fucking awesome. Yes! And I have not seen anyone speak ill about it. And you want to know why? It usually always just depends what people think, and if it depends on what you kind of just, what kind of community you raise, and what kind of community that person also belongs to. I've seen the Madness Combat community, such lovely people, dude. Such awesome, lovely people. Honestly, one of the most based communities I have ever seen. And every time I see someone who talks to me about the auditor, it puts a smile on my face. I would downright love to talk about Madness Combat. But once again, I did not. Once again, this is about comparing though, or like accusing that you have the same design as someone. Me and the auditor, a coincidence. I even made a video about it. It was a pure coincidence that I looked like the fan description of the auditor. It's completely dumb, stupid, and fucking selfish to just keep occasionally harassing and accuse a VTuber of copying designs when you yourself are already up at the fucking clouds of heaven. Like, it just makes no fucking sense. Why would you just do this out of fucking nowhere and then just throw shit at them and whatnot and just secretly despise them with all of your existence? Like, what did you plan to gain out of it? What did Sinder plan to gain out of it? Why would you just try to bury this VTuber? Because if anything, you could have legit befriended Spite, right? Sinder legit could have befriended Spite. And like, dude, just imagine if they had a fucking cool ass duo theme. You got a blue hellhound and a fucking red hellhound. Dude, that shit would have fucking cooked. That shit would have fucking cooked. But no, she just said, nah, I'm the better hellhound, yada yada. I'm accused you of stealing this. I'm abusing my chair. I'm so sorry. You could have, you just could have had it nicely and smoothly, but no, fucking no. Sinder chose to just absolutely despise this VTuber and keep accusing her of copying shit. Absolutely fucking. I just want to toss this shit into the garbage. I'm sorry, Jesus Christ. To Bao, Silvervale, Spite, and Nanolist, thank you for showing me these docs on Twitter so I could read through all of these. All of you are amazingly wonderful people, and I fucking heavily apologize that you had to go through this inhuman fucking nonsense. I got 2 more parts to work on. I got 2 more. I am going to be reading over the Sinder apology document next. And you guys can highly bet that that's gonna piss me the fuck off because I've heard a lot of shit about it already and I have not read it through. So I can definitely tell you that as soon as I start reading through that shit, I'm gonna lose it. With all that said, thank you bloody buddies so much for watching. And I hope you all don't have to go through this. I'm not gonna say it, dude. I really want to say something bad.